Okay, hello everyone and welcome to tonight's randomised gaming stream. I'm of course your host for this randomised gaming stream, Random Gamer Riven. And in tonight's stream we will be looking at Splatterhouse 3, or Splatterhouse Part 3 as it was known in Japan. I just noticed that start bit was rather the red and blue flashing, really not good if you've got epilepsy or anything like that. So yeah, some of these games do have not very friendly flashings on some of the screens. But hello and welcome to tonight's randomised gaming stream night, and this is the last of the weekday streams before we go on to fight night. And I thought I'd do something slightly more ghoulish than last night with another game from, I suppose, the Mega Drive that's slightly horror related, and it is Splatterhouse 3. So Splatterhouse, we actually have both Splatterhouse 2 and 3 on the Mega Drive, so I could stream both, although the second game we only have a power one. It's slightly power optimized, I think, but it's not too bad. So this is the third game. This is a bit of a departure from the first and the second game, partly as it wasn't actually developed by Namco. So you basically have, this effectively carries on the story as well, but basically this was released in 1993, so it's quite a late Mega Drive title. It was not released in Europe, the third Splatterhouse. It was only released in North America and Japan, and we've got a slightly beat up North American copy here, hence the Splatterhouse 3. Quite actually hard to get because it's quite rare, so we were lucky enough to get the North American one some time ago in London many years back, but it's all playing. So basically this is effectively a scrolling beat, but with a slightly more maze element this time around. Annoyingly though, because the game is against the clock, you can't really explore the world or the mansion, so to speak. You have to basically do the follow the plot line. So you've got difficult, game master, easy, normal. I'll leave it on normal. And basically I've got 3 buttons. I should probably have put it into 3 button mode just in case there was some input issues. Or this is a much later controller, so this is a much later game, so it would have had support of 6 button controller, but just doesn't use them. So yes, this has a very sort of interesting digital visuals. You'll notice that I think they took picture stills of actors and digitized them from this one. As a result, in the was it the 2010, or basically the Splatterhouse released on Xbox 360 and PS3, the game includes all 3 of the original Splatterhouse games as unlockables, which are quite nice. And in order for that to do it in that version, they actually changed all these graphics, and I think purely because they used digitized actors in this one, and I wonder if there were some slight legal copyright issues with them reusing the actor sprites without their permission or pictures. And I should say hello to Cher, who's with us as always, one of our loyal randomised gaming viewers. Thanks again for joining us, Cher. This will probably be the last Mega Drive stream for a couple of weeks, though. That's the one thing I will say. I might be taking a break from the Mega Drive and doing something else next time. I'm probably going to take next week off streaming, so as I haven't had a break since July, so I think I'll take a week off and then I'll get back on it to the second week of November. It gives me a chance to do some videos as well in the short term. But yes, now one thing I did note doing this, the manual is actually wrong. And actually some of the moves are actually wrong in the manual. I had to figure them out. So this one is effectively against the clock if you want to get the best ending from the game. Basically, you have to navigate a maze, you're given a set time limit, or else something untoward happens to each of your family members. So that's Jennifer and David, your son. You play as Rick, the protagonist from the first game, Jennifer, the girl who, she was actually bumped off in the first game, but then they brought her back in the second game, saying she was still trapped inside the mansion. The mansion that previously burnt down, but either it re-emerged like a proper horror thing, or there was another one at the I think having it rebuild itself, the far more sort of scarier thing. The main villain is the ancient one in this. Not that you really get the villain. This is probably a little bit toned down from the second game on the Mega Drive, but not by much. In terms of the gore, it's still a the genre wise, this is more a bit more of a scrolling beat 'em up. If you wander aimlessly, you will surely fail in your quest. After completing a room, push the start button to reveal a map of the current floor. This isn't a particularly big game, But there is room for you to go around, explore, gather the power stones and save them from emergencies. So basically there's really two forms of Rick. The power of these stones can be released with the A button. So yeah, you get two forms of Rick, the normal one, and then you also get the super beefy form, whence your flesh will expand with a surge of power. Basically the super beefy form is what you use to take down the bosses quickly. You can use it tactically early on to try and clear rooms a little bit quicker, so I might do that very briefly because you get quite a lot. However, there is one thing you need to know, and that is a way towards B, which does that spin kick, which lets you to absolutely destroy just about every single enemy in the game. So out through the first door. I should pause it to show you the map. Jennifer cowers in hiding, avoiding capture from the monsters. It is against the clock, although you basically have to do 2 floors to save each of your family members, so... But yeah, away towards, and you do a very powerful spin kick. Yeah, so I'm just going to pause it there so you can see the map. Now, I'm not sure what the yellow doors mean. I think they're like, they take you outside or to the other part. But basically, we need to go the fastest route. And in this case, the fastest route is up, left, left, up, 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 right. That is by far the fastest route I can find on this stage. Unfortunately, because of the time limit, if you want to explore a lot of these rooms in the house, you cannot do that. You're going to lose. If I beat this stage in under 3 minutes, I will get to a bonus stage. I managed to do that earlier. I believe every stage actually has a bonus stage, but you have to beat each stage very quickly, which is very tricky. And I think they may have made the criteria to unlocking the bonus stage harder in the North American version, which they tended to do. Just going to do that spin kick away towards. And there it goes. So again, you can move. You can actually go back into rooms as well, so you do need to be aware of where you're going to go in this one. Just need to deal with the enemies as fast as possible, and you want to try and avoid damage as well, it goes without saying. Going straight out the door. I want to try and get to the secret room in this stage. I need those extra lives because this is one tough cookie of a game. Certainly not as hard as last night's stream. I was slightly annoyed. We managed to get to the last stage on the first world in the end. I didn't quite clear it though, which slightly annoyed me. Never mind. Way towards does the spin kick, and it's by far the most powerful move I can find. I think it's away towards does the demon's form super as well. The manual lists the spin kick, so it is away towards or even towards, yes. But the manual actually lists the spin kick wrong, which is really quite hilarious. Whoever wrote the manual clearly hadn't played the game very much. So there are a load of incorrect moves in the manual how they're listed. But that's an instant kill on those things. Apparently in the Japanese version the spin kick is weaker, but you get more time. Yeah, that gives me an instant chance to kill both of them. Spin kick that chap. Down, is that going to be the exit? Is that the exit? Can I go, 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 go? Range on the spin kick is also very powerful, so... And yeah, falling down is actually the worst thing you can do in this. So there we go, into the boss, and I think we're going to get the cutscene. Oh, I've actually managed to get... Depending, you'll get a... You will get cutscenes based on how much time you have left on the clock, so... way towards away does that, and that is the... Yeah, way towards away is the alternative power move for that one. That's actually listed wrong in quite a few places. And there he goes. 2 minutes 37. That is a really quick beat. I think that's my fastest defeat of him. Now, will that take me to the secret stage? Yes, so yes, each of the characters have a rather grim fate if you take too long. Basically, if you let the time expire, they die. And I think in Jennifer's case, she turns into a raving monster later on if you have... I've not actually seen... It's actually quite difficult to find much information. There isn't a very complete guide to this game, so... you've only got long play videos, and even then, they're not playing through the whole game, so many of them don't show you the best route, and don't show you all the different ways to go through it, so... It's a bit weird. It's quite an interesting title, actually. And if I manage to beat the game, which is probably not too bad because it's quite a easy game. Well, it's not too bad from what I played. I managed to get, after a bit of practice, I was able to get. I will actually now. Let's see if I get to the bonus stage. Yes, stage X. So if you get to a stage X, that means you've beaten that mission in the time criteria to unlock the bonus stage. And what this will do is basically get lots of lives. There aren't many enemies. And you get lots of lives here. And you get power. I do want to slightly watch out. As those books are extra lives. I do want to avoid taking damage in this part of the stage. I think you basically it's just you see there's no time, so basically just an excuse to get power-ups around you. I suppose your health if you're having a bit of a run. No, your health. Basically, if you're having a... There we go. So that was the bonus stage, and I've got 2 extra lives, so that's really helpful for this next part. But yeah, spin kick for the win in this game. Yeah, they've definitely. I think they've definitely digitalised actors for this, which is quite interesting. But yeah, I managed to get to Beelzebub, the bee boss, last night, but I didn't beat him, sadly, which slightly annoyed me. Slightly flummoxed the fight, so to speak. Ah, so those power tokens for that, the bonus stage, purely for the bonus stage. The AI is pretty dumb, I will say. It does tend to run into you a lot. I'll make sure I'm near the exit. So I want to go down, across, down, and I want to get to the meat cleaver for one weapon, because it makes... Yeah, so basically I've got to be quick or else poor Jennifer's going to get eaten up by the boarworm inside her. So yeah, rather menacing and unpleasant. This was actually released in '93, and yeah, apologies. The downside is because this is an open scan converter, it's struggling a bit with the resolution changes on this one. So right there, you're going to see me actually take hits annoyingly. Right, let's go. Let's go. This is a longer room. It's got lots of easy enemies. So. I don't want to happen, get killed. The problem is because of the episode scan cover, it does it takes a bit of a delay. So you notice I took a load of damage when I came into one of the rooms. That's because it was just slow changing. ideal amount of damage, but never mind. So I'm going to go down here. I do want to keep the enemies down together. Ah, these guys take up half your health as well. Curses. In the practice run I was actually able to beat these guys without taking too much damage, but never mind. This is a meat cleaver room, so I just something drops down there, so I'm not going to find out what that is. So annoyingly it regenerates the bosses really quickly in this, which is one thing I hate about some games when they reuse the bosses. So this will be the... Ah, curses, they've stolen the meat cleaver. Annoying because it takes down the other enemies in 2 hits. The downside of the spin kick is a little bit temperamental. You have to do like a firm away towards. It won't do it if you do a sort of half-hearted away towards. Is that quick enough? No, I've got the cuts. Oh yeah, she's okay. I'm going to be able to rescue her in time. Power slam. And got it. Come on, let's finish before the 2-minute mark. Yes. Okay, so she's not turning into a horrible monster. Is that going to be bonus state? There is actually a third Z state. I will dig out some of the cheat code later once I've done the initial run. Maybe see if easy lets you set to easy and see if I can run through the mansion more, because unfortunately we can't explore. Yes, the strange zone. Fabulous. That's the best I've done on that one then. I didn't think I'd get to the strange zone, so yes. So that means I can re-get some more. And the thing with the strange zone is I don't need to worry about. It's basically just an excuse to get extra lives. So way towards the way is the power punch. There's an extra life there. Basically, you can get to a bonus stage on every stage if you finish it. I assume you need 2 minutes on the clock then, maybe? Continue to get 2 extra lives in each of the bonus stages. Having a slight issue with the open source scan converter is a bit slow to... So here's stage 3, and the route I'm going to take is I'm going to go left, left, up, up, right, up, left, left, up, right, right, which is a bit of a convoluted road, but I think that's the best one. If I wanted to try something a bit different, I could go left, left, up. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There are, as you see, exits into the sort of exterior and other parts, but the problem is you just do not get the time to... So yes, Rick's son is in deep danger. The monsters are out to kidnap him. I have a suspicion the faster you do in the previous stage, it accounts towards... Start in this route. The AI does like to run into you when you're doing the fly kick there. I might just use the beast just to take... Because this one is quite a long one, so... Yeah, let's take the baseball bat as well. Yeah, the ghosts are very quick to take the weapons away from them, so... Now this route is a bit random because of what happens, so... Personally I actually prefer the third one. I think it's more of a technical achievement. But I'm sure both have got a lot of fans, so... Oh, that's a quick run through that room. And hi to Chickbone, thanks for joining the stream. But I don't know, let me know what you guys, which version is your favourite Splatterhouse. I'm not sure. Admittedly, this one wasn't actually developed by Namco, it was shadow developed by a studio known as Now Production, who actually did a lot of Namco games, so... command just right, otherwise it won't pull off. Curses, it's time against the clock. So I have a feeling I need to have 3 minutes. I have a feeling I need 2 minutes left on the clock to get to the bonus stage. I don't think I'll be doing that in this one. Yeah, this is the downside of the episode scan converter. It's a bit slow on it. Now notice there are certain doors that won't open. I think those doors require you go through. They're like one-way doors, so there may well be some hidden shortcuts in this, but I'm not aware of that many. There are a few I've seen that are one-way where you can actually, technically, the map kind of spoils some of the route because you can end up going back on yourself, but the map prevents you from doing that. Yeah, I think a lot of people who prefer the arcade will probably prefer the second one. Because this is a slight... I prefer this in terms of the sort of the... Because you've got all the different routes, it makes it a bit more interesting. I suppose my only gripe is they've made the difficulty too hard, so it doesn't... It's not about exploration. I think it would work slightly better if it was more about exploration, like you could find Jennifer on the stages rather than beat this one in a rush. That's for sure. A bit tight, I think. Oh, I'm a bit slow. They were taking it down the teddy bear, I got taken down in quick time. Tight. I'm very slow, it's not really good. Oh yes, still got time on the clock. Good. The thing with the PS3 version, that was effectively the remake, is that actually has all three of the originals, so the arcade, the second game and the third game on it as bonus unlockables, so it's actually worth considering because they actually redid the digitised cutscenes in this one, or at least changed them to animated sequences. Hi there, amazing LSB, thanks for joining the stream. Yeah, I agree, I think this is quite an overlooked title. It's getting quite rare these... Well, it's not rare, but I think it's getting more sought after, seeing as one of the more obscure MD releases, and we didn't get in Europe, and I think a lot more people are getting fired up into retro consoles these days, so... Rick goes to the basement. It's not actually that hard, like the second game, it's not that hard because there are passwords so you can carry on, unlike Ghouls and Ghosts, which you couldn't do with last night. But tonight, Ghouls and Ghosts actually a game that could have probably done with passcodes. Start off with the way we need to finish with some roundhouse kicks. I'm just going to see go straight ahead and then I'm going to go down. Yeah, so the villain is the evil one. Apparently he's the main villain from the first two games in this. Although he's not the final boss. I think there are a couple of different final bosses depending on how your story goes, so to speak. But again, there's really not a huge amount of information on this on the net. I've got maps for it, but they don't detail. There's one FAQ on game FAQs that's pretty much bare mint. Yeah, the downside of the episode scan conversion. You're wondering why sometimes coming into a room and taking damage. It's because the open source scan converter is a bit slow on. I think it's changing the refresh rate between the cutscenes. There are actually enemies in that room if you dawdle around. Some of these rooms, if you're quick enough, you can. So, hellhound doggy kicks. This is a game where literally every second does count, so literally. So I'm going to head left and then I'm going to go down. See, this is the thing, there's actually an auxiliary area at the back of the start, but you can't, basically if you want the best ending, you cannot go around it, so. No, I don't think it has the slide move like in the second game. Literally, the spin kick is the main move in the manual. The manual actually lists the spin kick wrong as well. It's a very powerful move. Apparently they did increase strength, supposedly. So there, we've got that one. So we're heading down. So I'll literally do that, so I want to go. Right, I think I wanted to go straight. Went straight across before, because then that was quite an easy run, if I recall. That was literally dodging giant hands, I think. Yeah, it was basically like dodging weird giant hands. So effectively, you've not got too much. It's going to slow you down. So yeah, we're getting near the boss already. I'm taking this is definitely the quicker route. If you really want to do well, you literally have to keep the pressure up. So yeah, the spin kick is a way towards. It's actually incorrectly listed in the manual as a way towards a way. So there goes me in the demon form, and then let's go with this. And we go with the bubble. Pop, isn't it? Yeah. You can literally go straight in for a free hit on some of the bosses. And away towards away, and you do the special move, although you do have to time it just right. And there he goes. Oh, I killed it. I've still got 2 minutes on the clock. Great. Right, get to stage X. Yeah, it's a very good looking game with the sort of big, bright, bold sprites. Yes, I did get to stage X. So yeah, it is a little bit slow. Yeah, sort of scan convert. It is a bit slow with the resolution challenges, so hence why. I don't really want to kill them off stream because that means I won't get the life. Purely bonus stage. You only get there if you've got so much time left on the clock. Yeah, one of those guys dropped a life before I missed that. This stage actually gives me the stage 5, the Dark Stone. So this gives me the longest run. And I actually get 10 minutes to clear the stage. And that's the best I've done so far at that bit. Although, well, it's the best I've done to get to this stage. It's not a great run one I've already taken. I will rule. Yeah, I'm actually going to just use the power crystals there because. Oh, that's not a great start, but let's keep up the pressure. Yeah, these guys are brutal because they do literally do half damage on you, so if you pluck up the attacks, you literally have no health. And that's 2 lives. Oh, that's a really bad start. 2 lives down the drain before I even got anywhere. So basically this one I have to take the long road. That white one to the left there is a bit deceptive. That's a one-way door that I can't go through from this side. So I have to actually go up and around. Yeah, they've got some really cheap moves in this. You have to keep... Basically, you apply keep the pressure on the enemy. It's not that hard, but the other thing is throw them at one another, and so that way get them all in one spot, and then that way you can just rail on them. But you see, although it says there's a door there, there isn't a door there. It's a one-way thing. There's a couple of one-way doors that won't appear. Oh, they've got that slide as well, so... As I said, I want to keep the enemies together so that we can double hit them. It just saves time. Really not a good start. Some of these enemies are kind of probably more aggravating than the bosses. I'm actually going to go full power mode in this. Because you do get lots of them on this stage, and right now I need to get some health right there, so that way I can also beat them up really quickly when I'm in this form. So. Also don't take that much damage, so yeah, there's a lot of cheap moves actually. Now I'm going to save that so that way I can let me save that. Is it go this way? Oh, I should have done that. I've got to wait for the enemy to come. Down here, although I'm not doing too well on time. And this room is an absolute nightmare. This room I got killed before. Yeah, I've just lost a load of lives really badly. Oh, she left the POW. Definitely a bit of sort of H.R. Geiger inspired with this section. The way the room is definitely. I know there's certainly an element that the original cover art has sort of alien inspired. Ah, curses. Blew all my extra lives. Yes, so let's try again, although that means I'm down on my lives. I was slightly annoyed because I had so many lives and I just blew them up. So let's get these guys under control. Hi Cool Code 64, thanks for joining the stream. It's interesting, it's quite divisive I think, Splatterhouse 3. Some people really enjoy it. I mean, I think it's a really good title. I think there's some really neat tricks. But I think it's one of those games that because it deviates from the original, some people aren't going to like it. But I think it does some really nice things. Admittedly, it wasn't actually made by Namco, so... High Rep Lawyer, nice conversion. It's not actually conversion, it's a completely unique game for the Mega Drive, so... and it seems to be quite... we've got a few people on, so Cool K60... Cool Cole 64. Yeah, so we've got people... some people like it, some people don't. I think it's certainly a love it or hate it game, I think, because it does differ quite a bit from the previous installment, so where... I think where it goes wrong a bit. I really enjoy it because it's got a lot to explore. Yeah, that I will say. Although it's got a ton of combos, it really does just reward you for doing the spin kick. In fact, the spin kick is pretty much essential if you want to beat the game in the best time frame, because you just don't have the time to get the best ending and do all the various things because the game's so tight on time. Yeah, and rewards you for using. Yeah, I certainly agree, Cool K. I think it does. It does reward you for using the spin kick too much and not using anything else. Spin kick or using the super form. Okay, I really need to start doing the spin kick on these guys. Oh, can we lose another life of them? Oh, it even punishes you there. Okay. Level 4, yeah. A way to basically, it's a case of a way towards to win. I think this stage is going to take a while. The reboot's not bad. We actually have, well, basically, there aren't many conversions of Splatterhouse. The reboot actually, one of the reasons it's worth owning the reboot is the fact it actually contains all the Splatterhouse games on it. And yep, those guys, okay, I really probably should go into power form to deal with those guys. I suspect we may be doing this stage for a while. I believe I've just got stage 5 and then stage 6, the final boss. It does deviate a bit. I mean, certainly I can appreciate it does deviate quite a way in terms of gameplay from the... well, it's still similar, but this is scrolling beat 'em up with sort of horizontal playing, whereas the original was a pure vertical scrolling beat 'em up I suppose it's a scrolling game, not necessarily a beat 'em up. Evil, I will rule. Yeah, some. The other thing is, despite the fact you've got this massive map, which is quite cool. October, yeah, it's definitely a spooky series. I mean, it's certainly better with the sort of horror than a lot of other franchises. So, but it's still quite. There's a mystique about it, I suppose, because it's not really horror. You're basically battling monsters in effect. But as you can see here, the massive map, and you can't really explore it because you don't have enough time to, which is one of my slight aggregations. I would rather argue, rather than giving the time, the player had to complete certain objectives in order to get the best sort of thing for each stage. But because it punishes you by having to explore really particular ways, I said the white doors are one way only, so kill you in 2 hits at that point. Yeah, they do kill you in 2 hits. They just totally tear your health bar apart. That was a collision issue, that was for sure. The spin kick's got such ridiculous range as well. It's but basically, if you don't spin kick them in the right ways, you're going to lose lives against these ones. Because these ones are the only ones with the slide. Yeah, and there's also, they have some serious range on that slide as well. It's not just straight up and down, much like your spin kick. You're also invulnerable during the spin kick, so basically it's a way towards for the spin kick. And a way towards away for the... because quite a few of them are actually listed wrong, but yeah, the spin kick is badly listed in the manual. They're listed as the same move when they're actually not. Again, you see the massive damage, massive range. Yeah, these next guys are actually quite tricky as well. These little dudes are an absolute pain to hit as well. And they've got an invulnerable frame, which doesn't help when they do that teleport. Can I grab that one? Yeah, okay, so I can go right. Technically the short rooms are always better, although I know this next short room's got some rather nasty opponents, but let's give it another whirl. Just so I can do the... Plus that has ridiculous range on it, so... The other issue is if your opponents change side, it screws up the input, so it thinks you're doing like away towards or away towards. Right, let's get the health. But this is really a break room with these two things in it. So I am approaching the boss now. I think I've got a... Yeah, this thing in it next. Power up. Oh, another one. See, this thing has now deliberately put this in to slow me down. The other thing is you don't have any invulnerable for frames when covering from attack, so... That actually hits you basically anywhere. Oh. I can't believe this one's got the drop on me. Ah. So close to the boss as well. Didn't really want to go into beast form because that way I would have lost that for the... maybe I should have done, but then you won't get enough. And that's really not the way I want to start this. Skip that, although I've got to be a little bit careful because the actual scan really does not like. I'm wondering if you just try empowering every room using the, because you tend to get quite a lot of the beast thing in this one, so Yeah, the downside is if the enemies are on the other side, it doesn't do the away towards away input correctly. So. Basically, you've got to stay up close and personal with them, else they will gain the advantage. Okay, that's actually a better run using. Again, that slide is ridiculous. I mean, literally, you can get, like we saw with the spit attack from that enemy, you literally have nowhere to run, you cannot run from it. And because you can't run, it means that basically if you let them dominate you, basically it's a case of who dominates who. If you can dominate them, you'll destroy them. If they can dominate you, they will destroy you. Yeah, there's a worse possible position to have enemies on both sides. You tend to get that one at that point. With the ghost. Yeah, if the enemies are on the opposite side, you can't damage them. That's a really... I'm just taking my life as well, annoying. I should have been a bit more careful. This one's about to... Yeah, so basically those ghosts do their... Oh, yowzers, they just took over 2/3 of my health. They're actually one-punch kills, those guys, if you get it right with the... Definitely going to use thingy. Hi Namco! Thanks for joining the stream as always. I did actually briefly see you were streaming earlier, so I tried to jump on in your Dawn of Mana one, but it just finished by the time I literally, obviously you were saving and wrapping up, but how far are you through it now, can I ask? It looks... This is Splatterhouse 3, one of the I think it's certainly, I really like this as one of the more impressive titles on the Mega Drive. I think it's, well, not an impressive one, but it's certainly up as an impressive end to the series. But I know a lot of people are obviously not as big a fan of it. I am exploiting the punch move because that's literally the best way to do damage these guys. We found out. I think he dropped health. Oh, he drops a 1-up. Okay, I've got this next room. I should have saved that. I shouldn't have grabbed that power up in the last room. Quiet for a second because I don't want to lose at this point. We're this close to the boss, so let's shut. Oh, you just actually string your blind. Yeah, I've debated whether to actually do those type of just sort of stream what I play for a bit, but okay, so I've got one life, and here we go with the not the final boss. But yeah, I just briefly thought I was going to drop by. That has to. I think you're near the end, are you? See, that punch absolutely destroys the boss. He's already damaged quite badly, and plus it gives me vulnerable frames as well, just to add. The game's basically just saying, oh yeah, you really probably should do that punch because gosh, you're not going to get anywhere near him. Oh, and there he goes. There's the ancient one blowing up, and that's actually the... come on, does it end at 2 minutes? Yes! I don't know if you can get to a bonus stage between now and the next one, but yep, there's the ancient one gone. Yeah, that's the thing with doing, I suppose, really long commentation runs. You eventually run out of stuff. You may have noticed I sometimes run out of stuff to say as well, because of course you can only comment so much on a 20-year-old game before you literally run out of. Good job, Rick. Now I can rule the world. Ha 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 ha. By the way, this is actually the furthest I've played through this, so you are watching. I've never actually finished this before. I've briefly sat down a few times, but just not played it that much. But it's not bad. I think, yeah, the design is slightly falling apart. The fact they solely seem to rely on you using the spin kick. Although you've got some really cool maps to explore, there's no room to actually explore them. And also, if the mask has come off you, why do you still actually have the mask on you? That doesn't make any sense. It's just going to be, again, away towards away. To avoid that attack, just dodge it until it disappears. Okay. So yeah, we're battling the mask, and the mask revives us. And we've got an hour to beat this thing. Oh. Oh, I've actually killed him with my final hit. Okay, yeah, we both took each other out. Yeah, no, I gathered that, Nike. I was saying this is pretty much the same. You do run out of steam chatting about this as well, and also the fact the final boss is literally you just exploit that couple of one moves. So you're supposed to run away from it, it seems, because if you're too close though, you can't dodge that mirror attack. So Rick returns to his family. Huzzah! Actually managed to get to the good ending. Now I quite just actually explore the house, so I'm going to stick it on easy and actually just take... So there we go, that is Splatterhouse 3 finished! But yeah, you've got to run away. That homing attack was just nigh on impossible. Basically you had to exploit it. You have to just sort of run away from it. But if you're too close to it when it triggers it, you're not going to be able to dodge that. Maybe you can jump. Maybe I should try jumping it as well. But it's got massive hitboxes. But yeah, literally we killed each other at the same time. Could always technically stick on Splatterhouse 2 if anyone wants to see that as well. But I do like to stick to sort of one game a stream because I notice YouTube can get a bit piggledy when you swap around and stuff. Annoyingly, this is one game with the, yeah, I get different readings from the open source scan converter. Sometimes I get 59.91, sometimes I get 59.87 on this. And I have noticed that this one definitely changes resolution in the cuts. Thank you. 2 thumbs up, very much appreciated. So I'm actually going to show you some of the other areas in this one and show you the bonus code. So casting Rick the Monster, Jennifer, David, cast of video graphics, Rick the Human. So they were actors. Or staff members presented by Namco. So there are a few, there's supposedly a hidden code Z, so I'm going to find out what that is. So basically now we've done it, I'm actually going to show you like the cheats and stuff. Maybe the alternative endings as well. Or the bad ending. So let's jump into Splatterhouse 3. Congratulations! What did you say? Try now, try harder difficulty or something. Don't know how you could make that game harder, but other than upping up the damage. Oh, we've got something. Sega Genesis. So let's go cheats. Now supposedly I've got a cheat here for teleports you to stage Z. Let's see if this is correct. Password. So I've got no idea what HZ is. It says it claims it's a secret stage, whether it works. H J K L S Q. Creepy secret stage. So is this stage Z, or I think that's throwing me out. No, it's not stage Z. Interesting, this is an early game that actually uses ABC Start, so so I can actually use ABC Start to quit out. I'm just gonna stage Z. Obviously that cheat code didn't work. Let me see if that was whether that means stage X. Say Sega Retro, normally the Japanese name. Just gonna see if I can source any Japanese cheats, because usually the Japanese cheat sites are a bit more authentic. A lot of the Western cheat sites often have mistakes that they've not corrected. When resetting, yeah, I've seen that as well. Refresh swap, yeah, it's definitely occurring. It occurs between the cutscenes and the in-game, so it's obviously changing the refresh rate slightly. I'm just going to check out cheats quickly. Apologies for the slight delay, and then I'm going to put it on easy, and then I'm just going to show you actually what the whole sort of house looks like. But the fact that you actually have the game just does not give you enough time to actually finish. If you want the best ending, you have to go a very specific route. So if I take the slow way round, we will get the sort of demonic version of Jennifer suddenly appearing. Yeah, it's Jennifer, your girlfriend, in this. So let's try Splatterhouse Part 3. Let's try tips and see what comes up. I actually had to do this for a game called okay, let's see. I've got some cheats there on the Japanese version. View coding, view, text coding, Japanese. What have we got there? This is the thing doing Google Translate. I do quick Google Translate, so I'll just... Stage X replayed after the clear demo, yeah. So actually even that Japanese site doesn't fact. You can basically get to stage X if you clear every stage quick enough. So yeah, this one actually supports ABC Start. Let's see what these cheats are. We've got a one-up cheat. What's this one say? So I'll actually do a tour of the mansion just to show you how... On the stage map display stage, examine the corpse of the monster in the second rightmost room from the bottom. The lower right of the screen results where it goes up by 1. Oh, I see. Hidden extra light. So we go the demo attract. Hi there, 8-bit SNK boy. You've already missed us. Saturn in a collection, Sega Ages. No, it didn't. They said the only time this has been reissued was... if I just enter the wrong code, what happens? And it goes back to... Okay, so that was an incorrect code. Hi there. No, it didn't. This only ever appeared. So I'm going to set this easy to explore the whole map. So hopefully I can show it off to you all. Basically gave the Saturn a miss. Yeah, Namco never released anything on the Saturn. All these games are included, however, in the... Xbox 360 version of the game. So the Xbox 360 reboot does have all the original 3 games in it you can unlock, and for this one they actually changed. So you notice we've got digitized cutscenes. They actually changed those cutscenes for they go down much easier on easy. Now You can see here, this is actually the map. We've got loads of hidden areas, but do I get more time on easy, or is it just this unforgiving timeline? Just seeing all these, we've got Japanese cheats like here, ABC start, so that's a reset. Yeah, you'll see the refresh rate there. Oh, we've got a cheat here. What does this one say? Okay, that's also the hidden stages. A lot of them are... So there is a stage X on every thing if you beat each stage quick enough. What's this last one here? No one's got passcodes. I thought we had some passcodes for the Japanese version. Is this also the same as that one? You get... On the stage map display screen of the stage 4, examine the corpse in the start upper left room. So I don't get any more time. I think the Japanese version supposedly gives you a bit more time from the get-go, but... Oh, we've got some cheats here. Let's see. Are they the same as the other ones I've been looking at? The hidden demon heart in stage 4. Hidden one up. Poor Jennifer's going to be a raving monster. I should warn you in this one. I'm going to explore the house to show you like how much variety you've got in the house, but the game doesn't want you to explore it, which is really weird. So you've got all this work on all the different stages of the house. I almost think that because this was done by Now Productions and not the original team, as if the game was going to be slightly different originally. I will say there's perhaps too many enemies that get repeated in this, and also the fact the first boss is reused so quickly is that... Don't give me that, don't take that, I want to keep this... I'll throw this enemies. Yeah, those ghosts come in and grab it, although I think the ghosts take it to... I want to keep the weapon, just don't try to steal it, guys. Okay, so where does this take me? To the golden door? So we've got a one-up room. So we've got the garage, so this is quite cool. We've got the garage, but as you guys are aware, if you want to get the best ending, I have to take a very specific route. So, well, we're actually out in the garage. Does the other golden door also lead out in the garage then? Let's see if we've got any more Japanese cheat sites. So no, there's not actually a huge... HJKLST. Well, if there is a stage Z, no one's listed the creepy secret stage. No one has listed it correctly. seems there is no evidence of a stage is there to cheat, so maybe GameFAQs has got that wrong. Oh, apologies guys, yeah, thanks Nyko. Yeah guys, if the sound's a bit loud, please do shout. Yeah, I just saw it was a bit loud actually. Appreciate that Nyko. Apologies, it was a bit loud. So I'm actually going to show you how cool it is if you explore the house in this one. Despite the fact poor Jennifer ain't going to make it. Oh, there's the 2x4. We didn't even find this in any of the routes we took the classic 2x4. So you can only bring up the map in this when all the enemies are dead. That's interesting. We must have still another enemy. Now will that way also take me to the garage? So I think there's a load of paintings in this as well, which is quite interesting. Now that's quite cool. That's not, you wouldn't get to see that. So we got, again, if you want to see, save the sort of family members, you don't get to see cool things like that. I'm almost of the mindset, I think the developers, Now Productions, were doing something slightly different with this. And possibly... any of the Namco collections. Yeah, as I said, SNK boy, you can get all of these are included in the reboot as a bonus unlockable. Just so you're aware, so the 2010 reboot does include all three of these in it as unlocks, which not many people realise. So you can still get these actually on a relatively recent format as well. The downside is they did change, they said, the digitised acting graphics for this. If you actually has actually been changed slightly because they obviously did use actors. I must admit, for an so I see go down this. Does this also take me to the garage, or does this take me to a different? So here we go with the centre room. As you can see here, these little chaps, so the ghosts actually, so that one took me here. So that's actually a shortcut to this room, but there would be no reason why you would come this way. Yeah, the NES one was actually recently released on the PS4, so must yeah. Got more classic, or rather, those pictures are actually genuine paintings. I'm trying to see paintings in a game. I mean, you've got. No worries, yeah, no, it is available in the collection, so I'm going to take the long rooms have not been in that one. It's worth, I think that collection, the reboot's probably worth picking up just to play that collection. Again, we didn't see spikes in So yeah, you don't want to come this way if you're doing it. Anything hidden in that one? No, it's just stupid. So there are extra weapons, there are extra stuff to explore, but I just get the impression this one was perhaps... I do wonder whether they intended to make the game slightly different and ended up chopping large chunks of it out. Okay, this bit's they're just literally throwing those spikes everywhere. Yeah, well, let's just wait for the timer to run out, poor Jennifer. Seeing as we've already beaten the game once, but I want to show you just how big this game is in terms of it, how much of it you don't do if you want to do the actual story. So here we get the cutscenes of Jennifer is destroyed by the foul beast. Quick to the top part, yeah. So yeah, in order to save Jennifer, basically in order to save Dave and Jennifer, you have to basically be quick. Oh, Jen, yeah. The second stage is a bit more darker, where she becomes a mindless beast, because basically once you clear the first stage, she then has the sort of ball worm in her. But yeah, if you want to get to like the hidden bonus stages, so you see, you have to do it on the. This is actually slightly better on easy because it's they're not taking so long to beat down it, and they're not doing quite as much damage. It just feels like the difficulty is just there just for the sake of being hard, rather than putting it. There's shortcuts left side of the building. You should get quick to the top part. Yeah, but that other yellow door took us to the garage, so. So it's, I think you're right, it's that wonder shortcut. So yeah, there's the ball worm. Which you see that and then it runs off and then we have to fight this thing. It annoys me that this thing gets demoted to standard trooper really, really quickly. I do hate that in games when it happens. It feels like they didn't have time to do a proper boss at stage 1. And the ghosts come and take it away. I've just, yeah. The thing is, you can just destroy him with certain. There are just certain attacks. So basically, as you saw, I'm just actually fighting him this time round, rather than just doing as I was doing before that. Which is just brutal, that attack. So I can actually fight him this time around, rather than just... Of course, because if you want the best ending, you're constantly... I think part of the problem is the way they've designed the concept of time in this to get the best ending. It just means that you're just constantly having to fight the clock, which is irritating. But yeah, you're right about the recent... the Wampuku graffiti recently got released. It was the Namco collection. Stands in front of Jennifer's lifeless body. Oh dear. Use your rage against him. growing with each step. Yeah, they did seem to increase the difficulty from what I saw slightly for what I saw at 8-bit and cable. I need to check this on, see if I can check this on a Japanese version. Is that they reduced the timer but increased the spin kick. So they kind of, a lot of games tended to do, like you say, made it harder, which was so irritating as well, because often they would make it obtusely hard, not genuinely skillful. So something like the Dark Souls generally tends to have a lot more skill involved, although some of the original two did. Some of the later ones don't quite as much, but okay, well, so which way should I go first? Should we see which... We've got the outside. Should we see where that takes us? Actually, I'll go along first. Yes, we still have the... Telepathy to stuff. Yeah, okay, so we still got a timer, haven't we? I wonder what happens if I run out of time. Yeah, I do hate the fact that often the US release made the game obtusely hard rather than skillfully hard. Now, I don't think this area... Ah, yes, the gold doors are a warp, so... people to beat the game over a weekend or a rental, yeah. But the thing is, this is only like the third time I've played this today, so effectively, well, basically I've only really spent, this is the first day I've really spent some time actively playing it, so I would have effectively beaten it over what you would describe as the course of a rental. But yeah, I'm aware they did... It's annoying they did tend to do it a lot for the US. I mean, there was something that also that it said that Japanese developers felt Western developers wanted harder games, because there was a couple of instances where the Japanese versions got released and they were said, oh, it's too easy. But the problem is they didn't... The way they tended to make games harder was just increase the damage of characters, which is not good games design. If you want to make it harder, introduce new elements, introduce new enemies, things like that, so it's more complex, but it's a better way to do it. So let's see where the other yellow door was. So the yellow doors are basically warps to bonus areas or take you to different parts of the house. I don't think I saw the dark version of that enemy, but yeah, it's annoying that before actually quite powerful, just like get some victory then. Yeah, next to that door's locked. Gosh, you can only enter that room from the door at... in the kitchen. Then there's loads of... Unless you're... The thing is, because of the way the game's structured, players are always going to go for the what looks to be the quickest route. Yeah, Working Design were infamous for their tweaks. One of the worst ones is actually Magic Knight's Ray Earth. They didn't muck around too much with it, but they added in some additional... yeah, adding more gameplay modes is definitely the better... Mode levels is a better way. Yeah, that's definitely, I agree. And if you're going to add in better difficulties, it's a good idea to make it more thought out difficulty. Go to the ghosts, take the stuff here. I'm just trying to work out if I've been through that yellow door. No, I haven't. I'm going to see if I can go through the yellow door. Right, these guys are a pain, so I'm just going to turn into Superman and try and trash them. Okay, let's go for the cheap, I want to be lazy tactic of just punch them. Super move left, right, so away towards away. There has to be a way towards away. And the other thing you need to do, you have to be quite specific with the motion. It has to feel like one fluid motion. If you get it wrong, it won't come out. Yeah, Magic Knight's Ray Earth was a bit, you cannot win. Magic Knight Earth, they did do some, they added in some horrible bugs as well, so, does that actually do anything, or they've just got the gore? Can I do anything? Wow, the frame rate's coming down. In the centre of the room, it just drops down. There are apparently hidden pouches. Yeah, this frame rate in this room is quite bad. Oh, I can't go through the door this side. You're sure to go. Yeah, I should get the Japanese version to see the changes then, because obviously they messed around with it quite a bit. Should we find out what happens when we run out of time? Do I go insane? For someone like me, the fact you've got a limited clock time is really aggravating. It kind of just feels like it's rushing you to play the game, which I don't want to be rushed. I want to play the game the way it's intended. Okay, so if I go down, suppose that's a yellow door, where's that going to push me? I've only recently actually played the NES, those blooming things, the NES Splatterhouse, but that is really good fun, although that's very kind of quaint. It reminds me a lot of Kids Dracula, because obviously they didn't obviously want to carry over some of the darker elements of the series, so it's a bit more cartoony. Yeah, the problem with the past Western release is they put in a load of new additional features, and that broke the game as well for Magic Knight's Ray Earth. So there's a load of, if there's like, it just crashes if you enter the box and stuff they added, because they added in like the additional voice acting. Okay, so where will this take me? Is it going to be game over for me when I go in here? along in the abyss and I will send you there. Yeah, those ghosts are quite annoying. They steal the items back to the basically what described as the safe house room. Actually, one game I think I might cover on the channel in the near future is King Colossus. So that's quite an interesting one because that one. Basically, I couldn't find a single guide where anyone has found all the items on the Mega Drive. They're all saying, like, no one's literally found them all. So I was like, that's quite interesting. Okay, I can't go through that door. That door's locked. I have to go up and around. Should I finish this level or should I show you the last few rooms? Yeah, I think they actually... With Albert Odyssey, they improved it. They reduced the grind down. It's still a grindy game, but the working design version is quite good. I'm not necessarily a fan of some of the translation elements, but I definitely think it's one of their better versions. Haven't actually been in that room at the top right there either, have we? So it is quite a tedious game, Albert Odyssey. But I did enjoy it. There's some nice secrets in it. There's a creepy... Yeah, they are. They are very... a little bit unsettling, should we say. Oh wow, new enemies here. That's interesting. We've got new... I haven't actually... I don't think I've seen too many of the green ones. There's the new enemies that actually heal you up. You know, I'm almost certain, as I mentioned a couple times earlier, I think they intended to do something slightly different with this game, and then they ended up producing what they did. So I've actually been in this room, haven't I? Yes. So that was the warp. You know, I think, and it is actually it is still quite a creepy game. I think it does work quite well. I think they intended to make this more exploratory and then had to change it. That's what I think happened with this. Like I said, I just feel it feels like it'll be interesting. I'm going to, after I finish the stream, I'm actually going to look at the Japanese version as well, just to see how that differs. Apparently, it's largely the same game before. Yeah, it Albert Odyssey definitely looks like it's like a SNES game ported. To explore multiple scenarios. Yeah, that might be. Have you played the SNES Albert Odyssey games? Because they're really good. They're tactical RPGs, actually, the SNES ones, and I will cover them at some point on the channel. I do actually have all three games in the Albert Odyssey series. And touch wood, my battery backups are still going, and I should put on the SNES ones. No, they're quite good tactical RPGs. They're quite underrated as well. I don't think there's translations, and they're not too tricky to play, but they can be a little bit tricky to play. But I've been playing. I did play a couple of them. I really enjoyed it because they give you sort of quite a lot of freedom to explore the various areas in the battle worlds. That's actually, they're well worth seeing. They're quite a bit different to the the Saturn one because they're tactical RPGs. Oh, that's right. There's quite a few unique scenes like this. So you only see this here in this stage, the sort of jumping hands, clearly inspired by Thing from the Addams Family. Yeah, no, I did enjoy Albert Odyssey, I will admit. I did enjoy playing through it. We did cover it in the stream a while back. We did actually, there is an Albert Odyssey stream. I actually ended up doing 2 because the first one was a bit of a car crash. As I discovered there's a bug with modded Saturns where sometimes it won't boot. It will incorrectly start the game, where it'll do the opening intro and then not start the actual first boss fight and stuff. So that was a bit of a pain. Oh yeah, the music's very good. Basically what you want to do is to grab it, do 2 B throws, and then up and C to do the sort of grab throw. Strangely, the diving throw, which is up and C, is actually incorrectly listed in the manual as A. You have to press up and C. Counts are not too frequent. Albert Odyssey has a high encounter rate, that I will say. That voice. Oh, and I should say thanks very much, appreciate it for the likes, guys. I hope you enjoyed the first playthrough where we finished the game with the best ending. I will say, guys, if you do enjoy this video, please do hit that like button, as always, very much appreciated. And of course, if there's anyone out there who's new to the channel, I know most of the guys, such as Namco 8-bit Share are already, and Rap Lawyer are already very much subscribers from our channel. But if there's anyone who's not a subscriber, by all means, please consider subscribing. Very much appreciated. Enjoy our content. This is Splatterhouse 3, or Splatterhouse Part 3 is the Japanese name. And we finished it the once, I'm doing the bad ending. I think I might actually do a playthrough as well. A long play video, because this doesn't take too long to play through, so... I was a bit hesitant. Fortunately, the Mega Drive refresh rate changes aren't too bad on the system. Like Complaining Karen. Not sure who Complaining Karen is, but please do explain, Cher. They all want. Yeah, Albert Odyssey Legend of Edenia on the Saturn does have. Oh, I got hit by. Does have its downside, but I really enjoyed it, so I would recommend it. As SNK Boy says, it's definitely well worth a play. There are some interesting hidden side questing bits that are actually a bit annoying. I'm quite annoyed because I missed one of the hidden bosses in it, and there are a few side quests that are only available at certain points in the game, so do watch out for that with Albert Odyssey, Legend of Edenia. The one annoying nagging one in every store who always wants to speak to the manager. Yes, I know what you mean. I used to actually work in Toys R Us a long time ago. Not that they're around anymore here in the UK, but yeah, and oh, that was my one and only experience of retail. retail a long time ago, never again. Also, actually have to deal with these in whichever room you go into. This room is really annoying because you can get quite badly stun locked with the falling lamps. So the books and the chair aren't too bad, they just stun you. Actually, it's probably best not to jump and just walk. You worked at Argos. Yeah, my brother actually worked for Argos some years back. A long time ago now, but yeah, I worked for Toys R Us and the retails. Just a hand appears behind him, yep. Oh god, yeah, we had some proper complaining people. Okay, I went through a warp door. Okay, so that threw me out over this side. Yeah, Argos is quite a major UK retailer, so they're still going strong. Toys R Us, who I worked for, are no longer, I think they're still in the US, but they're no longer in the UK. All their stores shut a little while back. But yeah, we had the worstest ones. I actually had one time a professional complainer in the store, and the guy was just fabricating the story as he went along, but because he just would not stop, the management eventually caved in. And it was just like, a couple of us were so angry about that, because he was like, that guy's a professional complainer. And you do get that, people who literally just go into shops and complain until they get what they want. And it does work. It does actually work as a tactic. Not that I agree with it, but it does work. Also, you can actually fight the dog monsters in this stage. So yeah, that door's locked from that side, so I haven't been in this room. That was an unexpected jump scare. And the sort of screaming face. Okay, that's an interesting one. That's something, again, you don't see unless you go this way. So I'm going to... That's the route I normally go. So I'm going to take the other hidden door. So there are a few jump scares in this. That was slightly unexpected with the sort of playing the piano. Although you'd thought after his first experience with the first two games, him and Jennifer wouldn't have moved in into a mansion. I'm guessing this is the... Yeah, we used to have the customer service tech. The worst day when we came in on I had to do Boxing Day, I think, or was it the day after Boxing Day? And the queue of people with returns was just colossal, and it was just... Yeah, I just remember the... Going to beast form as we've got these two guys, and they have ridiculous hit stun, as we've seen before. Their animation is also insane. The range of... So I've got away. I have to be facing them and away towards away. But if you don't get it quite right, you won't get. Yeah, so you must be facing them away towards away for it to work. Yeah, I hated retail. I won't lie, I was not a fan of retail. I wouldn't do it ever again unless I absolutely had to. Mainly because dealing with the general public can just be... You meet some really nice people, but you do meet some people who treat you like you're not... don't treat you very pleasant, I should say, when it comes to dealing with retail. Everyone has to remember everyone's a human being. Yeah, actually, I think it's mainly my TV, because the TV gives me a longer. I can see that the actual open source on the Elgato is actually recovers quicker than the TV when the OSC does the resolution change. Clear it. 1 team go. Yeah. Yeah, patience is, but some I've had in the past. I remember we had some really weird, I think some really odd and weird customers. Although there was some funny moments. One time we worked when I was in Toys R Us. Me and one of the girls was just. We were just sorting something out, and this customer came up to us, and he turned to us and said, "Do you sell fridge freezers?" And we looked at him and said, "Oh, do you mean like kids' fridge freezers for like toys and ovens cooking?" No, like proper fridge freezers. We just looked at the guy and said, "This is a toy store, mate. We don't sell like proper hardware fridge freezers." Oh, sorry. Then she's like, you guy hadn't noticed we was in a toy store. You did get some funny stories like that. That was hilarious. Just downright weird. Maybe it was because that store had previously been B&Q, but hard to say. Just the teddy bear comes alive. Right, guys, I'm going to beat this one and then I'm going to wrap it up. There's a comet as well. Yeah, I think there was... couldn't remember if there was like a comet or something next door, but... yeah, I think I might do a playthrough run on... I think I will probably do a playthrough run on this. Maybe I'll do that, get that out for Halloween. That won't take long. Toys R Us, yeah. There were a few other interesting stories and a few stories told to me about certain things that have happened that were hilarious, but a couple of them I wouldn't repeat on stream. Oof, taken down by that boss. Well, that was where I'm going to end the stream, we know. Negapep as the code. It's freaking amazing. Yeah, it's kind of it's a weird boss. We were looking at it. I'm gonna wrap it up there, guys. So I can do. I'm actually gonna pop on a bit of Shine in the Darkness. And I will probably actually do a playthrough of that as well and stick that up on the channel. So if people don't want to listen to me nagging away, I will do that. It's quite nice actually just to explore the whole house to see where everything is. But I'm going for the bad ending route this time. Yeah, you do get some. You can get some. You get some really nice customers. You can get some really unpleasant customers, and just people who were not very pleasant or kind to you. But I'm going to actually wrap it up here, guys. I'd retry. I'll click yes, although we know the third stage. We're going. This is. I quite like doing the really bad route. It's quite funny, but. JD Sports. Oh, yes, that's one of the retail brands that. Just going to beat down these bad guys. Yeah, the teddy bear is quite a cool boss. I think it's actually quite a nice title, but I do think that it probably needs a few more enemies, and I can appreciate some people don't like it because it's different to the previous ones, and I can appreciate that the previous ones probably have a bit more variety to them. But, ladies and gentlemen, I've been your host for this randomised gaming stream, Random Gamer Ribbon, and I'm going to wrap it up here and now, so I can actually play a bit of. I'm just going to quick go on Shiny in the Darkness in the meantime. But that has been a playthrough of Splatterhouse 3. Yes, great 8-bit SNK boy, thanks for being on stream. Same to you, Nico, Share, and the other guys. Who else we have on the stream tonight? We had... Who else was on the stream? We had Rep Lawyer again. Rap Lawyer, great to see you back. 2 Chicken Bones, great to be back on stream. I think we had some new guys as well. Cool Cole 64, great for him to be on stream. And also the amazing LSB. Thanks for joining the stream, guys. Very much appreciated. As always, just before I wrap up, please do smash that like button if you enjoyed the stream. And of course, if you like our content, please do consider subscribing. This has been the classic Splatterhouse 3 from Namco, developed by Now Productions, published in '93. We've done a full playthrough as well, so I will probably do I could do a bad and a good playthrough, so we take maybe at some point. So I will actually go through the whole game again and do a non-commentated playthrough, as I know everyone doesn't always like commentated stuff, but it's quite nice to do for the stream. But yeah, I'll consider doing that for the weekend actually as well. I've got another game coming, but I might do this as well just as a bit of fun, because seeing it is ghouls and ghosts and spookies, and it doesn't actually take too long to play through when you're using the taking the power route. So yes, I will thank you to everyone. Thank you. So as always, I wish you a good night, a good evening, a good afternoon, or a good morning wherever you are in the world, guys. Very much appreciated it. We will be back tomorrow doing a Halloween themed. So I will be back with a Bomberman Online Stadia stream tomorrow at 4 o'clock, and then later on we're going to be streaming Battle Monsters on the Sega Saturn for a Halloween themed beat 'em up. It was either that or one of the Darkstalker series, and we've covered Darkstalker before. I want to do something a bit wacky, so we will be doing Battle Monsters for the fight night for an hour. So do remember to jump on at 9:30 as we'll be battling out for an hour. Maybe I'll do a playthrough of that as well afterwards. I've never actually played through Battle Monster, or I may have done once a long time ago. But thank you all. As always, it's a pleasure, guys. Smash that like button. Do subscribe if you enjoy our channel. Very much appreciated as always. I will be back tomorrow as always. So have a good night, everyone, and I'll see you all tomorrow.